To get it out of the way, not only the youth are sinking into digital media away from real life, we older generations also consume content. In the past, it was mainly print media, then television. Today, it is digital media that steals entire hours of our lives with trivial stuff and causes us to miss excellent moments. Social media, recently flooded by artificial intelligence, is now omnipresent, intrusive, and addictive. I know, that sounds cliched and inflationary, but once again, you are addictive. And this changes our society, our relationships, our families, and our friendships in a way that in hindsight, one would hardly ever have wanted if we do not control this monster ourselves today. The origin of this addiction lies deep in our biology. Quick rewards, a short dopamine kick, and suddenly attention is diverted from real life. Spoiler, there are better dopamine kicks: sport, music, or a deep talk, flow at work, nature, and for example, beautiful design, architecture, and aesthetics. But what does this cheap dopamine from an overdose of likes and reels do to a young brain whose prefrontal cortex, responsible for impulse control and long-term thinking, is not yet fully developed? Concentration, focus, and flow can hardly, or not at all, develop. Self-efficacy and genuine satisfaction are left behind, perhaps for a lifetime. At first glance, this doesn't seem dramatic, but it is. Our focus today. We are creating conditions that we do not impose on the tech oligarchs, the authors, and content creators, but on our own media consumption. These conditions, for ourselves, for our children, and if possible also for our employees, must be defined radically because the speed and quantity of content production are increasing massively at the expense of quality. It is about selection, about less is more, and about the essence of what makes sense. Stefan Schranz a few years ago defined 3 questions for his media consumption, which he hereby proposes as a guide. 1. Does the content inform us? More knowledge, more perspectives, and nuanced thinking, as well as critical questioning, result from informative content. 2. Does the content entertain us? I mean good entertainment, quality humor, good music, or great art, all of which can be wonderfully entertaining through digital tools. And 3. In the words of Socrates, does the content benefit us? Does what keeps us occupied digitally for hours really help us? At work, privately, and socially? Stefan says, not that he has become a master in this discipline, but he has largely eliminated the big content shit by considering these 3 questions. Our benefit. We promote media literacy rather than media consumption. We create an environment in which we do not become addicted but become strong. An environment where we experience that true happiness rarely lies on the screen, but in real life, through sport, work, helping, trying out, and perhaps also through successful failure. We help children and adolescents develop self-control, not through prohibitions, but through plausible rules and by setting an example. We strengthen the ability to focus on what is essential, on that 1% in the digital jungle that is truly important and makes sense. If we succeed in this, then social media and AI are a great thing. Last but not least, one more thing from tip creator Stefan Schranz. From mid-July, I will offer a keynote speech on the meaningful and practical application of artificial intelligence. More information at www.schranz.com/ki. Not least for this reason, I am currently quite deeply involved in this service tip and view AI very critically, especially as a great opportunity that must be used very cautiously and thoughtfully. I am pleased if you find this service tip helpful, which may motivate you, perhaps your children, friends, and colleagues, to radically select their media consumption.